The vaccine, Doctor, I've always wondered about it in this sense. Was it one of those imaginative leaps that science, the history of science, is full of, or indeed the kind of noticing something that everybody else had missed that was puzzling, like Fleming and penicillin, or was it just the patient slogging day after day after day as you got closer?
I think it was more of the latter, in the sense that there were indications that it should be possible to immunize against poliomyelitis, and then to choose one of the numerous possible alternative pathways. However, in the course of the work, many things appeared that had not been foreseen, and opportunities had to be seized, and in that sense there were some leaps along the way.
Were there blind alleys as well when you thought, we got it wrong?
Well, blind alleys to me are always opportunities.
Ah.
And I've always taken something unexpected, unforeseen, as a cue, and looked quickly to see what the alternative pathways are.
How long were you working on it altogether?
It all happened rather quickly from my point of view, in that polio had been studied for many years by many people. I came upon the scene at a very opportune moment. Began work in about 1948. In 1951 began working seriously toward developing a vaccine. The virus had been grown in tissue culture sometime shortly before. All of the technologic and technical means were available. The number of virus types were known. And between 1951 and 1952, we were ready to immunize children. 1953, the clues were clear. 1954, the field trial was put on, and in 1955, it became available for general use.
Is it true, as I've read, that you tested it on yourself and your family?
Oh, yes, of course. That's routine.
Is it?
Yes, if you have enough trust and confidence.
Well, I was going to say,
to
it was
do
a
it
remarkable degree of
yourself.
confidence. How early was that?
That was very early on in 1952.
Of course, one thing that follows the development of any great healing agent like that is the elevation of the discoverer. That you must have become, almost overnight, a kind of miracle man, a shaman. How did you react to that?
Well, you know, the reason for what you just described was the feeling of the relief of fear.
Mm.
And it seemed to me out of proportion to the scientific contributions. It was, shall we say, unforeseen and unexpected from my point of view, although now in retrospect it should have been expected. The effect this had on me was not to take it seriously personally. I rather withdrew from putting myself into a position where that kind of adulation could be expressed, perhaps to the disadvantage of those who quite sincerely and honestly wished to do so. Nevertheless, I went about my business. I was young and felt that I still had a career ahead of me to do more of the things that I had had in mind, and I tried to avoid allowing myself to be diverted or deflected by this enormous amount of adulation that appeared.
Do you not enjoy fame itself?
It's been somewhat of a disadvantage in a way. However, I must admit that it's allowed me to do many more things than I would otherwise have done. And so, therefore, I have reconciled myself with it all, and I've said that with the disadvantages professionally, there have been the enormous advantages that I've been able to do the things that I've done that are in the realm of the unusual in terms of the unusual opportunities that I've had.